Welcome to making my delicious and easy Swedish Meatballs 101.
Start off by peeling and cutting your potatoes and putting them into salted water to boil for the mashed potatoes. Easiest way to do this is to start your meatballs, add all your vegetables that you're going to put, celery, parsley, carrots, and your onions right into a food processor or grinder, along with the bouillon cube, and grind that till it's pretty much a pulp. What you're looking for, it takes about 30 seconds to a minute pulsing it. We're going to add this ground vegetable mixture right into the meat, followed by crumbled up bread. Next, 1 egg, nutmeg, allspice. If you don't have allspice, you can substitute it with clove and cinnamon. Just be aware of how little you need. It is an overpowering spice. Salt and pepper. This is a great way to release your stress. Just get right in there and mix up all of your ingredients. And then we're going to make tiny balls, put them on a sheet, and they're going right into the oven at 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. Mix it really well by combining all of the ingredients. Clearly, I have a bowl that's a little bit too small here. You want all of the different ingredients in each meatball, especially the bread, because that's going to soak up any of the fat in the meat if there is any and help it hold its shape. Just a little bit smaller than a golf ball, but uniform size is the name of the game, so they cook evenly all the way through. Meatballs are all done, 4 rows of 6. That means there's 6 meatballs per person, and of course the taster. This is going to go into the oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes, and they'll be perfect. In the meantime, we're going to make the sauce for this Swedish meatball dish. What makes these Swedish meatballs distinctively Swedish is the nutmeg and the clove and the allspice in the actual meatball, and of course the gravy. I'm going to share with you a quick tip on how to make this gravy lump proof. You mix equal parts of butter and flour first, set that aside. Now just take the time to mix this really well. This is a little bit labor intensive, but this works for any sauces and gravies, and you can make little balls of this once it comes together, put it in the fridge, and it stays for 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to start off by putting in 1 beef bouillon cube and 2 cups of water. This is going to help make our beef broth. If you like your gravy a little bit darker, you can add a little bit of browning sauce right into the water. Now I'm going to add a little bit of that butter flour mixture that we made earlier and incorporate it in. It's going to thicken up this broth. Time to switch to a whisk, and I'm just breaking up the pieces. Don't worry, they're not going to cook because the butter is coating the flour. It won't stick to itself. Add a little bit more to come to the thickness that you want, just a little bit at a time. Break it all up. Once it's incorporated, see if it's thick enough. If not, add another little piece. The sauce is pretty much done. At this point, if you want it to be a little bit creamier, you can add a little bit of yogurt and or cream. Look how smooth this gravy is. I'm going to put a little bit of yogurt right at the end to give it a creamy texture. And just mix that right in. In my house, this is not just a teaspoon, it's more like a tasting spoon. It's time to taste to make sure that your seasoning is on point, whether you need more salt and pepper to your personal preference. A little bit of salt. Perfect. Meatballs are done. Now it's time to put them into the sauce. I'm a little bit gentle with them, and they're going to marinate right into that sauce. By removing it with a spoon, you leave behind all this fat that you might not want in the dish. Now gently stir that around and try and help yourself from stealing 1 or 2 of these. When I have a large batch of mash to do, it's so much easier to put it all in the stand mixer with your milk, your butter, your salt, your potatoes that have been boiled and strained, and they look beautiful. It takes about 3 minutes in the mixer. Start with a base of potatoes. Add your meatballs right to the center, and a little gravy on top. I've added a couple of pieces of steamed asparagus. This is a budget-friendly, quick-to-prepare, delicious meal.
Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this recipe. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Have an awesome day.